This is Florida Gulf Coast University.
My name is Brandon Kliewer. I'm an assistant professor of civic engagement and campus director of the American Democracy Project. Tonight we held an event associated with the American Democracy Project entitled Conversations with the Constitution. And this event specifically was focused on having students consider constitutional principles and how those principles impacted their lives.
It was a discussion on the Voting Rights Act and how it was repealed earlier this year, and what some of the issues with that are, the redistricting and voter ID fraud issues or lack thereof.
There's a lot of different implications, especially of what this Voting Act is creating and the lack of what's going to be happening now, that people can actually decide that there's going to be mandatory ID checks.
We had a large attendance and the students had some really thought-provoking questions, and one of the things that I thought was very encouraging was the dialogue that we had among the students.
I think we're going to see more laws crop up that are designed to limit the ability of certain groups to vote.
I honestly didn't realize that voting wasn't a guaranteed right in the Constitution. If it's not a guaranteed right, how much more difficult is it going to be, and how many more voices aren't going to be heard with upcoming elections?
Do you think that decisions like this are going to have an inherent effect in diminishing the legitimacy of the institution of voting?
I heard a lot of points of view, even though I've been looking at these issues for a while, there were perspectives brought up that I hadn't really thought of. So I think everybody, no matter how engaged they've already been, walked away with some new perspectives, some new ideas.
I got more out of it than I expected, and I think a lot of the students did as well.
Raised a lot of questions. I think a lot of people brought up some great points.
In some ways, this event allowed students to find common ground and think about some of these issues in meaningful ways.
I thought it was fantastic. I can't wait for part 2 in November. I hope that more people come and really get to establish themselves as Constitution fans.